Yeah, crazy stuff. Let's see till people come in and come hang out. Here we go. I'm live now, baby. Top fans. Look at that. Are you? Are you a moderator yet or no? I think I only have to do it once. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Are you a moderator yet or no?
I'm not sure how I am.
Yeah, you probably are. Need to clean my lenses. See, where's everybody from? I got 2 people. One of them clicked like, so 6 people now. Where are you guys from? What's up? What is up? Where's everybody from? Yeah, look at you, top fan too.
You talking about me?
Yeah, I'm from Cali. Thanks, honey. I appreciate it. Thanks. When I know. So, from Fort Myers. Fort Myers, I can't believe it. Yeah, I know you've been, yeah, Denver, Colorado. What is up, Denver? I love it. I'm gonna go out there, Denver, Colorado. When are we gonna be out there?
July 23rd.
July 23rd, I'm gonna go make some videos in your neck of the woods. It's gonna be nice. Gorgeous area. Holy moly. Fort Myers, too. Man, have you ever been, James, have you ever been to Ford's Garage? That's like one of my favorite like restaurants in Southwest Florida. Are we already in a recession? What do you think, Joey? What do you think? I think we've been in one. Like, yeah. And I always thought like we should lower interest rates. That was always like my idea. It's like, let's lower interest rates. And now I have to correct that because if we do now lower interest rates, companies will just replace us with AI even faster because money's gonna free to kind of lend, and then they just invest into AI even more. Yeah, I was gonna do a video today about this doctor that I'm gonna do that probably in the next few days, but I'll tell you here since you're on the live. That this doctor said that he was gonna that he's now seeing that patients come in with AI knowledge. So they're coming in and asking not entry level questions anymore because everybody has their chatbot that's like super smart. And so that he's coming in, these patients are coming in and asking these doctors very high level, in depth questions. And so he now believes that there's going to be people that he's like, doctors, you have an expiration date, because everybody asks their chatbot now, like, hey, what's wrong with me? And so they're actually having conversations now with themselves and say, hey, I have some pain, I have some problems with my hip right here or right on my hip or somewhere else. And then they come in and say, hey, doctor, what's the likeliness of this and this happening? And so it's really crazy how that doctor kind of realized that he's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be replaced by AI pretty soon here. Yeah. Of course, Microsoft is doing AI doctor tools. I saw NVIDIA trying to do nurses. So it's definitely on the rise. It's an interesting field to be in because it's like the holy grail of, it's almost like the dot-com boom where everything's just like AI now. So you're just like AI here, AI there, and if you can do it, you're good. Did you guys see my video? The last 2 I posted, what do you think about those? What do you guys think about those videos? Interesting. Yes, it was killer. Yeah. Yeah, that woman was crazy. That woman was literally like, yeah, she did not get it. And I think now I saw another one. Somebody else said that now her social worker reached out to her and said, you gotta get a job. And she lost it. Yeah. I get so mad when I see people taking advantage of the system. Yeah. That's another thing. People come and say and do things and say like, "Oh, this is for boundaries. This is temporary, and this is how it starts." And then it's not temporary, and all of a sudden it's forever. And then it just costs and costs and costs more money. So yeah, it's crazy. So it is just, the world is just a crazy place. And the comments on those videos, let me see, let me read some of these comments that these people posted. Some of them are really good, and some of them are just, there's like craziness going on. So let's see. Somebody wrote me like the craziest thing. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? Somebody, they're really write like rear like paragraphs, like huge paragraph. The new network, here we go. I know a couple of how does someone's keep asking me, how about the US and Swiss? How is Swiss healthcare different from US healthcare? So the, the difference is that it's not, US healthcare is mostly employer sponsored and Swiss is kind of individual. So in Switzerland, you can kind of just go and get your own insurance, and you know what you kind of need, and you just kind of pick and choose what you want, and the government just says this is basic coverage that everybody needs, and then yeah, and then you can kind of pick. Said hi, how's it going, Robbie? Yeah. Yeah, so it is absolutely crazy. YouTube is a wild place. When you start making content, there's so many people, but then people like actually like thought-provoking stuff is just like, some people are really smart, and then some people are just like the craziest out there. So did you know how ketchup was once sold as medicine? The condiment is told people suffering from. I could see that. I could literally see that customer was sold as medicine. Ketchup was sold. No. Let's see. Let's look it up. It might have been. Was ketchup sold as medicine? Yes, ketchup was sold as medicine into 19th century. In the 1830s, Dr. John Cock Bennett, an Ohio physician, claimed that ketchup had medicinal properties that could cure uh, ailments such as indigestion, diarrhea, and he marked ketchup as tomato pills and sold it to pharmacies. You know how good of a salesperson you gotta be to do that? Like kudos. And then for Teresa, I have no idea what you're saying from Brazil, but I love it. The Trump killed the kids and the flood. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't think Trump killed anybody. Um, how would we do that? Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, it's crazy. That guy must have been a master marketer and salesperson. Man, how can he convince so many people to do something like that? The ketchup was sold. That's crazy. Yeah, there's some. I always admire people like that. I always did. That was just. How do you come up with stuff like that? You got to be one hell of a master sales persuader, because if not, you couldn't do it. Yeah. So, and people in the comment section on all these videos were like, "Who's going to get all the free stuff? Where do I get free stuff? There's no such thing as free lunches, universal healthcare for all. Get a job." It's all over the place. And it's talkers. It's disgusting how these talkers lay guilt on the givers. Who's the givers? Yeah. Commented from the latest videos. Yeah. Yeah. So where's everybody else from? There's like 14 people on here. There's like 14 people. Where's everybody from? What? I don't. Which comments? Oh, so somebody else said hard times fall on everyone from time to time. Yet shop cheaper, not such expensive meals. Grow up on a great pot of beans or goulash. SOS. Biscuits and gravy, chicken and dumplings. Eat cheaper. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, so people really have like strong opinions about that. Like free healthcare. It's so crazy. Look at her laying in bed complaining. What a joke. Yeah, it's people. It's absolutely crazy. Seattle, Charleston, South Carolina. Joey, I think you were in Mallats before. Appreciate that. And here we go. You're absolutely right. And nothing in life is free. My dad told me as much as you like steak, girl, you better get a job because nothing in life is free. So I grew up and got a job for 40 years. Yeah, same here. You either employ or be employed. Because I feel like welfare is it's just how are you gonna retire on welfare? Is there even such a thing? Can you retire on welfare? Can you retire on welfare? Let's see. It's not accurate to say you retire on welfare. Welfare programs like TANF and SNAP are designed for those experiencing financial hardship, not as a long-term retirement solution. While some individuals receive Social Security or SSI, might also qualify for SNAP benefits. Those are distinct programs with different eligibility criteria. That's interesting. So, yeah, that's actually really, really interesting to see that. What is she going to do when she retires? I didn't ask that question. What is this woman going to do once she retires? Because if you're doing all that, who's going to pay her Social Security? Who's going to pay Social Security? If you live off the, let me ask AI, because that's an interesting question, right? Or is that just me? If you live off the government and get SSI, will you get Social Security when you are 62? Because if you think about it, and if you receive before age 62 Social looks to see if you're eligible for retirement benefit. Here's how it works. At age 62, SSI recipients who qualify must apply for retirement benefits instead. So if you're eligible for retirement, you earn enough work credits. The SSA will start paying your retirement benefits first. Then, if that amount is less than the maximum SSI payment, you'll receive an SSI top up to make up for the difference. So interesting. That means that she might not even get a retirement package. So if your SSI benefit was 960 a month and your early retirement is 600, once you turn 62, you get 600 from Social Security and plus 367 in SSI. So you do continue to get SSI as a top up as long as your total source of income and resources stay below the SSI limit. So interesting to see that this person might not even get Social Security because I don't think she ever worked. So let me look at that. If you ever worked, if you have never, or if you have never worked. Okay, here we go. Okay, if you have never worked, to receive social, you must have worked and earned at least 40 work credits, typically 10 years of work where you paid Social Security. If you've never worked, you don't qualify for retirement benefits. You will continue to receive SSI if you still meet the income and asset requirements. So this person might not get anything in retirement besides her SSI. Oh, that's pretty crazy. Low income. Do you ever become eligible for Social Security later via spouse? Man, that's some crazy stuff. So this is kind of crazy when you think about when you kind of think about it. You are going to get Social Security only if you ever worked. And I don't think this person ever worked. So man, oh man, oh man. But people got so mad at me in the comments. Some of these people were absolutely mad, saying that you've never been in a head-on collision. Yeah, what's gonna happen to you if you ever fall off from your grades? And it's like, man, you gotta trying to get back up. Well, let's see, because when I look at, I'm trying to get the data here. So let's look at the data because it's really, really, really interesting to see. Let's see, where's the data from? Here we go. So, where is it? They always kind of hide it. Hold on. Let's see. Your channel. Let's see, because I have to go into videos. No, let's see. Hold on. Manage. Yeah, here we go. I think this is it. Where is he? Oh, yeah, here we go. So, let me share this with you. Okay. So, it's interesting. So, check this out. So, this was my video that I made yesterday, right? So, she's losing everything. So, I made a video, and here we go. Now we're focused. So, she's losing everything. And it was published, so it got about 15,000 views. It got 490 comments, and it got 94% likes. So let's see what the like to dislike ratio is. So 63 people disliked it. So kind of interesting, because all I said is you gotta work to play, baby. And people who did not like that, because normally it's like I get like, yeah, I got like 16, 10 dislikes, 4, 15, 4, 6. Yeah, my new video got 3. Yeah, if you don't agree with the views, I guess that's what you do. So let's get some conversations going. What kind of questions you guys got? What kind of questions you guys got? Enough about the videos. What kind of questions you got? What is going on?
Did you answer Million Tubes?
Who was that?
Million
Million
Tubes?
Tube? I don't know. Let's see. Joe, we're already in a recession. Million Tube? I don't see that one.
Congrats if you reached 10,000 subscribers.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm working on it. I am kind of way. I don't.
It's like 5 comments from the bottom, 6 comments from the top.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Are
5.
you of Charleston, South Carolina?
I don't see that. No, I don't see that. Is it? Is it silencing people? Because I see. Yeah, I don't see it. I see Seattle. I see Charleston, South Carolina. Do you see that too, or no?
Yeah.
And then I see your comment, and then it's, I think,
Do you see Tyler's comment after mine?
no,
Do you see Gordon's comment?
no, I don't.
Really?
No, what are they saying?
Here, I'm gonna WhatsApp you, open WhatsApp on your computer, and I'll send you the comments.
What? I can't even see those comments. These guys, you guys posted videos. You guys posted comments that I don't even have. Here we go. Reality check. Tips for starting a tips for starting a business in 2025. How's the house price? There's a bunch of stuff I don't even see. My algorithm didn't have your video show up. We'll have to go back and watch it. Thanks, Gordon. Yeah, I don't even see the comment that you're posting right here. This is absolutely crazy. Ali saw it. I don't. That is crazy. I don't even see the comments. I haven't even.
Tips for starting a business in 2025.
Okay, so tips for starting a business. Start slow. Don't take any loans. Yeah, what kind of business do you want to start in? Let's go there. Let's go into it a little deeper. Um, what kind of tips do you, or what kind of business are you starting? Do you see AI replacing financial planners anytime soon? Good ones, no. Bad ones, yes. Depending on, are you just gonna sit down with people and draw up, Joey? Are you just gonna sit down and just talk to like people? Let me say it this way. I think there's not gonna be, if you're doing customer facing roles and you're explaining it to people, I think it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get replaced, because there's something emotional about finances that AI, at least yet, can't do. So, are you still in Vegas? I am still in Vegas. What's going on? How's that going? So, yeah, the algorithm, like on my other video was pretty decent, but when I talk about some stuff, the algorithm just doesn't want people to know about it. And all I'm kind of saying in my videos is just do better for yourself, do the atomic habits, become 1% better, just do it better. You ever want to start? Yeah, that's not a good comment, but I appreciate that. I mean, why not? Why not? But
Starting businesses.
dude,
How many businesses have you started?
I started quite a few businesses, to be honest. So I had a frozen yogurt store, and it was so interesting to see because people said I've never lost anything. Um, so during COVID, I shortly before COVID happened, me and my business partner bought a frozen yogurt store. We've put about 60 grand in it each, and the sheriff came knocking during COVID and said, "You're done. We're going to close you down." And so it wasn't even my decision to close it. It was just the environment that I was in. And so when we ran the demographics and we ran all the reports and we kind of did all the research, we were going to have the high school kind of be main targets. So after high school, we were opening up. We employed actually high school people, high school students. And what happened was then when the sheriff came knocking, said we got to close down. So we were like, oh crap, COVID and everything is going to blow over, and it just didn't. And we had self-serve, and so we keep dragging it on. The school was going to be indefinite for a long time, so that was kind of my brick and mortar store where it's like, okay, we got to just kind of give it back. Marco Polo, yo, how's it going? Marco Polo, where do you live? I forgot. And so then, after a few years of just no, how long did we have the yogurt store? A year, I think, right? We had it a year, a little bit more than a year. And then we opened it back up, and it was just not the same. People didn't want to touch the frozen yogurt, and it was going to take too long to redo it. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna close it down, and it was about $100,000 that just went down the tube. So you're at your place of business. Right now I just do remote. I just do online businesses. I wouldn't do anything else. I just couldn't do it. So you rent your place of business, and I just do. What do you think about Texas, North Carolina flood? Yeah, the weather's changing. The weather is changing. Will FEMA help them? FEMA's tapped out. Let me see how much money FEMA's. I think FEMA's been. It's all about the governor. How? Because I know there's funding problems. How much? Let me look it up. Is FEMA still having money problems? Yeah, I don't know if they given emergency grants yet. Yes, FEMA does provide results. It's still, yeah, they're still having problems. The disaster relief is projected to run out of money by June or July of 2025. So yeah, FEMA, I wouldn't count on it. Could you see more hospitals closing due to the Medicaid cuts? Yeah. So I actually looked into that. I think rural hospitals are going to be more. They're going to cut more. They're going to cut more hospitals, and that's going to be more jobs. So then, I feel like hospitals that weren't in competing rural areas is going to get hit harder. Not too much like either downtown hospital. Those are like legal money printing machines, but the other ones that are like rural in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, like Nevada and bumhell nowhere. Half of the country's on fire. I know. We have mismanaged so much. It takes us years to clean it up. Look at how, Santa Cruz. Look at the water. Look at the water reports. Look at Florida, all the septic tanks that flooded and they're now killing the environment. And then the mangroves die, and then the water gets hotter, and then tornadoes, hurricanes come and destroy everything. Texas was the hardest place to move to, but I've been having much flooding. It's sad. Yeah, yeah. It's bad when you kind of looking at these type of situations where people just move to, and I would have been one of these people that moved to Southwest Florida. I would have moved back to Fort Myers, Cape Coral area, and I actually like it. I like it a lot. I like the boating. I like these little canals. I used to go there on vacation, so that's kind of easy. But yeah, I was like, well, why not? What do you think of self-service car wash business in Vegas? That would be a I looked at buying one, but you need like $2-3 million. That'd be a killer business to start. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Las Vegas lost a lot of tourists. Yeah, Vegas has been riding the money train, and um, yeah, it's like they why people come to Vegas is that they want to gamble, and used to have free food at gambling, a bunch of other stuff, and now they taken those benefits away and keep increasing the prices. And what's the biggest change? You got to look at Caesars. Look at Caesars. Caesars in when did Caesars sell to an investment company? Let's look at that. When did Caesars Resort sell to investor? So Caesars has been, yeah. So in one significant, they sold out somewhere in 2020, I believe. So resorts acquired Caesars, and so one company came in and they bought Caesars. Then they stripped them. They sold the land to their own investment company, and now Caesars Resort has to pay Caesars. So the company that operates Caesars has to pay rent to the company that they've acquired it from. So they leveraged it and increased values and did all this. So they're taking all the cash out of Caesars, and now because they're paying rent, they can't be profitable. So it's a whole disaster. So they can't renovate rooms. Yeah, this was all one. Yeah, I think it was Caesars though. When did Caesar? I think it was Caesar. Caesar Resort get purchased by investor. One of these properties got purchased. One of these properties, I don't know if it was Caesar's. I don't know. To investors in the land that sold. I didn't know if it was Caesar's or if it was another one. One casino. Caesar past ownership has changed several times. The most recent one was in Change Investors and land sale that occurred in October of 2017 when ownership of Caesar's Palace was transferred to Vic Properties. Yeah, I think so. And then Vic Properties transferred, did some kind of shady stuff. Yeah, Vulture Capitals. Yep. Marco. I live in Long Island, New York. You're one of my New York people. I love it. I freaking love it. Yeah, the economy is crashing down. Okay, let me go back here. All the perks are gone. Robbie, I know. All the perks are gone. It is absolutely horrible to see that the perks are gone and people don't want to gamble now. The economy is crashing down. Dollars are down 10%. Yep. That's one way of when inflation runs high, that's one way to print yourself out of debt. Always bet on green. You're guaranteed to lose it. Only a couple of, yep. Average houses in my area are 800K about 10 years ago for 240. Yeah, smart. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing so good. How do you feel about ICE? How do you feel about ICE? I think it's all propaganda. I think there's always, I don't think that they, I think they kind of prop that up, the ICE stuff, to just make it, keep the news cycle going so that they just keep it cycling, and then they're trying to hide other stuff with it because they, I think I calculated out. I think under this administration, they right now they deported like 200,000 people. I think that is way below Biden's when he took office. So I don't know. I think it's just a whole bunch of news. Yeah, I think like yeah. I'm 66 years old. I was born in Taiwan. I've always I have plenty of credits to collect and everything. Yeah, my certificate of citizenship. I never had one. What? Richard, what are you saying? Foreign tourists aren't coming anymore. Yeah, because so one of these problems is that if tourists come from China, from other places, that's also not doing that great. They're not coming, right? So you can't just say, oh, people aren't coming because everything the US has going on, or because of Trump. If Europe, you saw Germany and everything, they're not selling cars, they're letting people go. So those people are not like Americans that are just trimming to like, let's go keep buying. They're they have some common sense and say, you know what? No. Would I buy a Trump phone? I wouldn't buy any phone if I don't have to. Tourist is down over America, yeah. Would you invest in BYD? I would. I think BYD is pretty good, but even BYD is not struggling. Do you think buying stocks is good? Buy cryptocurrencies or real estate? I think you should buy whatever you can kind of find a good deal on. If you can find undervalued stocks, you should do that. If you can find undervalued cryptocurrencies, I wouldn't invest all my money in cryptocurrencies, but yeah, but if you can find some smoke and real estate deals, even with high interest rates, you can find. Yeah, I'll leave up on this. Like, hey, can I ask you a question? You call me? Can you call me Sam? I don't get that one. What's up, Sam? Hi, hit the like button. Yeah, thanks. Hit the like button. Canadians are vacationing in Europe, not the USA. Yeah, yeah, but I don't know how much they are. Um, I don't know how much there are actually vacationing. Um, hello, everybody. Yeah, I don't know how much you're actually vacationing because if you don't have a job, it's really hard to go vacation. And if let's look at the Canadian dollar to the euro, I show it to you. And so, yeah, so whenever you see stuff like this, it is not really good. So this is the Canadian dollar to the euro. It's never really a good sign. So that means that you're buying less. So whenever you're going on vacation and you're kind of getting less money that you're going to go, it's always better if you see the other way around and you then trying to purchase more. So then you can go on nicer, expensive vacations. Are you from Zurich in Switzerland? That's an educated guess since you have a German last name. That's where I'm from. That's exactly where I'm from. Grown up in Albisrieden. Yep. Can't see the like button. I think you just click the heart. I think that's it. Will the U.S. protect Taiwan? You know, that's a good question. I think we would do the same thing as we did with Ukraine. I think we would do the same as we did with Ukraine. Just kind of do proxy and trying to do that, but it's getting expensive, and that's what people think. And this is what I looked into actually. So when we go, we sell stuff to them. The U.S. would never ever just give free handouts. The U.S. government never ever gives free handouts. So they would always make money on it somehow with raw earth minerals. Something always comes. Flights are cheap. Let's look from Toronto to London. Let's look at it. Toronto to London flight. Let's see how much it is because it's also vacation time right now. So 500 non-stop. That's not bad at all. Flights are cheap. Yep. US dollars from Delta connecting Air Canada, but I flew in Air Canada. Holy moly, what an airline. What an airline. Non-stop round trip. No, this is AirTran. Oh no, this is not a good one. Air Canada 571, one stop in Montreal, flying from Bishop, Toronto to Montreal, from Montreal to Heathrow. It's not bad at all. I'm a neighbor of yours in some way. I'm born in Paris, France. I can appreciate a lot of your insights in your videos since we're European. Tend to think more long term. Yeah, a lot of Americans don't. From Americans, it's like, let's go to the weekend, let's. And it's funny, it starts with their paychecks. They love to get paid same day. Like, I feel like Americans would get, if you give them the option, they would take money the same day. And in Europe, at least in Switzerland, it was paid once a month. So it was a lot different. And so there's just like kind of the mentality of fast moving. And have you been to Eastern Europe? I've been to Serbia. Can you find cheaper too? Yeah. Europeans will vacation in Canada, especially the French. Yeah, you get to speak the same language, right? So then you kind of go there. Yeah. What's really lucrative for Europeans is like Florida or New York. Those are like because it's like an easy flight. I think from New York to Zurich is like a 6 hour flight. So that is just almost the same amount of time as it takes from San Francisco to Miami. Than it takes from Miami to Zurich. It's crazy. That's how gigantic the United States is. European, we look at, yeah, it's a culture of instant gratification. Yeah, I know. It's like and participation trophies. Growing up in Europe, not everybody got trophies. Number one and number two got trophies, and they weren't like everywhere. It's like okay, you get one if you perform. Here they're like, oh my gosh, let's clap for just getting on stage. Yeah. And get paid once a month, you budget better. Yeah, because you know you can't outrun your debt and it takes you longer. But you also get a bigger chunk. And so you got to look at what are my bills? What am I going to do? So in Switzerland, it's funny. You get a 13-month paycheck that's supposed to be for your taxes. So they'll say it's not really a salary you get. They don't, in the US, they say, oh, you get a salary of, let's say, 60, 70,000. In Europe, they say, oh, you get $4,000 a month plus the 13-month salary. So it's not, so you don't confuse, oh, I'm gonna make, another $4 or $5,000, the $4 or $5,000 broken up into 12 months. So you actually make more. So they basically tell you, hey, we're not taking anything out of your paycheck besides social. What does Switzerland take out of their paycheck? I think Social Security is the only one. What does what gets taken out of your paycheck? And with no healthcare, I know that. So let's see. In Switzerland, several. Yup, Social Security contributions. So your employer pays half, you pay half. Unemployment insurance, but unemployment insurance is crazy. Occupational pension and accidental insurance. Yup, and daily sick leaves. So yeah, so if you get unemployed, you can stay on unemployment for 2 years in Switzerland. It's crazy. But people like that, they would tell her, you got to go to work. You got to do something. They'll enroll you in programs. It's a culture of when you get paid, yeah. The French like to vacation in Caribbean, yup. South America, Africa, Asians, yeah. Occasionally more. Travel to Canada, the French spoken Quebec sounds, yeah, comical. Yeah, I haven't been. I gotta check it out. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how different countries handle it differently. So you get more flexibility, and here they take it all out because even though it's the land of the free, they don't do it. More robust social safety nets. Yeah, yeah. Switzerland does have, I would say, a little bit more robust safety nets, but you also don't have the opportunity to like go way higher. Like I feel like in Switzerland or Europe, you're kind of grown into your class and you kind of be in your class. If you so the funniest part what I learned was that when you grow up, I always felt like I have to work longer hours to make more money. So that was kind of the mentality, and I feel like that's the mentality of a bunch of Europeans that you just amplify your money by working more. And so that's not always the case, right? You can amplify effort and you can amplify value. But they kind of teach that, hey, you're going to get an hourly rate and then it's going to be there. Click on the upper dot right corner, leave a like. Never seen that before. Oh, that's how you leave a like? I appreciate that. Oh, wow, I've never seen that for either. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for, thanks, Gordon. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. So when you come here, and this is kind of what I want to teach in my YouTube videos, that I feel like if you have the opportunity to move to the United States, you should take it. Like if, and this is what makes me so upset about people that come online, like this other woman, that are like, you can't, like I'm living off of government. It's not your, you live in literally the best place you can possibly live to make it. There's like no excuse for you to not make it. You clearly have some social media skills. Go out and start selling. Go out and just start selling it. This is what I'm doing. I come on social media and then I sell my business. on this, during 9 to 5. And when I have downtime, I walk. I need to walk anyway, so I make my videos and then I chat with you guys. But I'm trying to share with you what I'm learning, what I'm going through, what I'm seeing in the economy because I help job seekers. And so I feel like this woman has a tremendous opportunity to educate people and tell them how to get off of unemployment and SSI and all these crazy programs out there. But there needs to be a will. And if there's no will, then there's going to be no way. And so then people are like, you got to work and you just got to find something that you truly, truly like. And then you learn to get good at it. And then you try to teach others so you can then focus on other things you really, really like doing, like making YouTube videos or doing other stuff. So I always think in the US you can make a business. And there's this other guy, I'm not as good as this dude that just sold like an $80 million product, $1 million AI web developer to Wix. Web deal with Wix. So there was this one guy, solo founder, $80 million exit in 6 months. So here we go. So let me share this with you. So you can still do it. 6 months old, solo owned vibe, coder based, sells to Wix for cash deals. So as you see, there's so many opportunities that you can do. You just need to go out there, put yourself out there, and do it. But if you have these safety nets, you might not want to do that. Then it's like, why even worry about it, you know? So what other questions you guys got? I love it when you have some conversations. Yeah, probably in 15 or so. I'm not that hungry yet. You? So yeah, what if there has been a fundamental change in our economy where prices are permanently high and incomes are lower than the cost of living? Tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more, Robert. So where you at? Basic of selling your brand. So reality check. You don't even need to sell your brand. So you can. So a fundamental change in our economy. So what I see is that people can literally kind of sell everything. Brand isn't everything, but you can totally amplify your value if you do brand. So really good right now, or is it okay? Depending on what field you're in. If you're in the AI field, it's booming. You get hired quickly. If you're just entry level, coming out of college, it's hard. Basically, of selling your brand. Yeah. So let me see. In the economy, how do I answer that? Permanently high income or low level. So how do you get ahead? The best thing is for me is always like if you what do you do, Rick? I love your channel. Keep up the good work. I need to get some rest. Yeah, God, it was a long day. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Yeah. Hey, Samuel, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Tune in again. And yeah, we will see each other again. What has been fundamental change? So I believe that anybody can kind of make it. You just have to kind of adjust. And with adjusting, I mean you just have to go and see how you can amplify your income with supplemental things you do. So if you're saying that where prices are permanently high and income's lower than the cost of living, so then you got to sell something that you can sell higher than the cost of living. So maybe Uber driver, maybe or maybe do towing, or maybe do. I saw if you live in a big city, you can do what's it called? Um, you can do where people are drinking too much and you can drive them home. You basically have like a bike and you put it in the trunk. Um, then you can just and they pay you. So it's this organization that's like grab a ride or something, and then they pay you because it's cheaper than getting like a DUI or something like that. I'm just looking at the cost of living increases, incomes aren't keeping up with the prices. Yeah, prices are going up like crazy. So that's why I feel like you gotta get something that you can also sell or do. What kind of field you're in? Because if you're like, I feel like if you're blue collar, like an electrician, plumber, If you're a car mechanic, there's so many opportunities. All you need is a Yelp page and you can start selling. So people in Yelp just sometimes post stuff like, hey, I'm looking for a yard landscaper. Boom. You can get clients like that. Snow shovel. If you're in a place that needs that, you can offer your services. Start building like a website. Websites nowadays cost like nothing. Do you think 95 can phase out and we have to pivot to more creation and ownership? I think the 9 to 5 is never going to be done. I think it will just transform. But I always love to have like other people to I always tell other people that they should like do their side hustles or get something that kind of brings them in money because one thing, and I'm not a tax expert, so don't roast me on it. So, but what you can do is you charge your company, you go out with clients, you write that off. You buy a new truck. Oh, what do you want to do? You want to snowplow, right? Oh, I'm getting contracts or I'm trying. And you can that for a few years and generate a loss that's going to be taken off of your income. So, yeah, starting a business is always a good idea. You learn so much. You learn literally more than any college degree ever would. And guess what? If you can do that and sell it, you'd be more valuable than people making $200,000, $300,000 a year. Because these people cannot generate income without a paycheck. They can't create things or can't go out and sell. Should I buy now or wait to another year to get a house? My lease ends in November. My lease ends in November. I live in Candons. Let's check. Let's look at it. I'll share my screen with you. Hold on. Zillow. It's in Henderson. Is that where you live? Candons, Henderson. Is that? Do you live in NV, Nevada, Las Vegas area? Let's see. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Oh, and if you're gonna buy a house, you gotta go with this AI agent. This will save you so much. Hold on, let me share it with you. AI agent. Only if you're a first time buyer. I might have another one. AI real estate agent. These is like let's see, real estate virtual AI AI real estate agent for smarter sales. Can't find it. Where is it? Yes, it's there somewhere. Can't find it. Can't find the 20 AI tools for it. But let me know where exactly you locate it, so I can look it up. AI real estate agents for hire. So virtual real estate agent, real estates. I think it's called Wing. Dedicated visual assistant for real. No, not for realtors. Let's see. AI real estate agent close deals faster. No, my Google search thing is all messed up. But yeah, Las Vegas. Um, AI amplify real estate agent. Yeah, was real estate content AI virtual agent closing deals. So you are right here. So what are you looking for? 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I would get pre-qualified and just start kind of looking at what you want to do and not necessarily buy, but because there's some. If you're looking for two, I assume you're looking for houses, right? So you can get something really nice like this for 580. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Look at that, all remodeled. And I think you can get this for a steal. I think there's other ones too, lower price. So let's look at the prices. Look at that, 44 days on Zillow. Let's look at it. Look at that. It's estimated, and they have this. Oh, you can't even see. So they have this tool now where it explores. You can make weak offers. So 527, you can do a moderate offer for 552, or you can do more competitive. It basically tells you what other people kind of made in their area. So you can see, and there's like houses for 400 that are pretty decently looking. I would kind of figure out where you want to buy, what kind of area, drive there at nighttime, make sure that there's no crazy neighbors. It's been flat though, so I'm gonna look at. So this is what I look at. I look at it's kind of flat, hasn't come down yet, and so I don't know if you're gonna have to wait or what's that gonna do for you. If you wait or longer, might might be flatter for longer. So when you look at here again, you see let's write a week offer, and it's probably 418. So yeah, I would say Vegas is hard to say. Henderson kind of I would really see, and if you know where you want to buy, I would find a house that you can kind of improve, make some money. That's just what I did in my last house. I would find somewhere where you can put in some sweat equity, and then move up from there, and then sell it in 2 years. Take the cap, roll it with you, and then move to a nicer house, or then buy another one after 2 years. You can buy another one and then use the other one as a rental, and you kind of make money on it. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, yeah. Do you ever ask real estate agents to split the commission with you? Yeah, but like I used to do that when I was like really worried about closing costs and everything. When you buy like a $900,000 house, I'm like, yo, you making a shit ton of money off of me, not happening. But for 300, 400, you rather have an agent that negotiates like crazy and advocates for you than you losing the deal, right? But there's AI. I can't remember what it was. AI real estate agent, or yeah, I can't remember what that company was. It wasn't a CRM. Um, agent for buyers. There must have been something. AI transforming offering tools. So there was somebody that had like I can't remember what it was, but that was actually like selling it. There's actually like that AI tool was like literally like making offers and doing inquiries and all that. Automated, and yeah, so yeah, 100%, 100%. Do your research, look at it. I think get pre-qualified. Just I would just do Rock. No, not Rocket. What is it called? Mortgage. What's the big company called, honey, again?
Rocket mortgage?
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage. Yeah, yeah. Somebody's like, hey, I want to do it. So just go to Rocket Mortgage. They're like super easy to get pre-qualified. Just tell them something, and then they write you not even a real. It's like semi. It's like, oh my gosh, and so you have something to show to a realtor, and make sure though that it's not contingent. Make sure that you're not that when you don't want to work with him, you don't have to pay him something. So make sure that all that stuff is. Make sure you read the contract. Put into GPT. Make sure that your contract is favorable to you and not the agent. And just say, hey, can you sign me that agreement over? Copy paste into AI and say, hey, what are my exit clause? What's my exit strategy? And all that kind of stuff. Do some research. And I've been on live now for 54 minutes. I am gonna have to call it a night. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm gonna do another video tomorrow. I gotta keep walking. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time.